Prince Mario's epic quest has just begun with a relatively questionable party member in tow. What's up everybody, StevDeS here. It's time to return to the tale of which we never really thought of, but since it came up, it's been getting its own little following on the channel. The tale talks about Prince Mario's journey to find out where he really came from in What If Mario Grew Up in Sarasa Land? In part 1, we were introduced to 3 of the 4 kingdoms that make up Sarasa Land. The Muda Kingdom, which is the underwater one, the Easton Kingdom, which is the one based on Easter Island, and the Birabuto Kingdom, which is the one based on Egypt. Mario was adopted by the Birabuto Kingdom only to be taken up by the royal family because the royal family were all humans, and the king at the time thought it would be a good idea for the human baby to grow up among other humans. In time, new events here and there would come up in the young man's life, including his ability to absorb the power of a power star. A power star normally drains every ounce of energy and expels it from whoever wields it, but since Mario's not from Sarasa Land, it means Mario is able to use the Power Star's invulnerability capabilities and not tire out. It just felt really natural to him. Naturally, this made the young man question himself, and before he got all the way out the window, Princess Daisy, his sister, went and dropped him his iconic red hat on his way down. And now we join Prince Mario retracing his steps to see where he might have come from, given that he's not from Sarasa Land. By the following morning, young Prince Mario would have made it around to where the Birabuto Kingdom is, and knows that the royal family of that kingdom does take these periodical walks throughout the kingdom. Of course, Mario does remember being told that he was friends with the prince once upon a time, so why not? This would be a good thing. Meet up with Totomesu after all these years. Not that he hasn't before, but, this is for very much of a different reason. However, it's not often that Totomesu is quite childish in front of his subjects, but as soon as he sees Prince Mario after all this time, wow! He tackles Mario playfully, they have a little scuffle, and sure enough, he ends up regaining his composure. He's kind of the pharaoh of this land, he's gotta be a little more serious. After everything's calmed down, Mario tells King Totomesu that he has to have a word with him. King Totomesu orders a nice brunch to be brought before them as they begin to have a conversation. Mario lets him know that he just found out that he is actually adopted. And King Totomesu isn't surprised by this. Mario also tells Totomesu about what happened in the garden with Princess Daisy, how he was able to absorb a power star and it didn't really feel like anything bad happened.
I could have told you that, brother, but a power star, that is quite interesting. I would be happy to point you in the right direction, brother, as well as give you a suitable vessel for your trip to meet Dragon Zamasu.
Dragon Zamasu? Who's that?
He is the ruler of the Muda Kingdom. As a baby, you came upon a raft across the river Rabu. Mother thought you were a gift from the gods, and to be honest, I wanted a little brother. But that's enough. I need to send you on your way. It's only a matter of time before your royal family wants you back. And this is a very important undertaking for you.
Mario respects that his brother is indeed in tow with this, and he's not willing to sell out Mario in this case. As they head down to the River Rabu, Mario's submarine, the Marine Pop, is waiting for him. Taking off into the sea, there is one thing that the Marine Pop isn't really equipped with, and that is a microphone. Yeah, using electronic sounds under the water could be kinda harmful to the fish. So Mario decides that the best option for this one would be for him to use his cape. It has Sarasa Land's insignia on it, that flower that's on Daisy's dress. Yeah, and her crown, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's kind kind of Sarasa Land's emblem, showing that he's able to get through without much of an issue. It's until he gets to Dragon Zamasu and needs to ask his question that things become a little iffy. Back and forth, it's a yes-no question, with Dragon Zamasu asking multiple questions, trying to get an answer out of the prince. Eventually, the Elder Yuraren's wisdom does come through, and he finds out that Mario wants to know where he came from. That's where Dragon Zamasu reveals that he was brought forth by a few Toko from the Eastern Kingdom. So, sighing, because he's young and impatient, he takes off to the surface in order to head to the Eastern Kingdom and get some answers from Hyoihoi. Eventually he makes it, and he asks a couple of the inhabitants to lead him to Hyoihoi because it is a royal matter. Naturally, it doesn't take long for the prince to get to Hyoihoi. Sadly though, this is where Mario's backtracking ends. He has no idea where he came from before then. He was told that one of his minions just found the baby lying in a bush. Something happened. However, in Hyoihoi's knowledge, he does know of a mythical object that could grant the boy's wish. The Bean Star in the Beanbean Kingdom. Mario's surprised. He didn't think there was any other kingdom outside of Sarasa Land.
There are many worlds, young one, all with their own rules and own nature. For example, the Beanbean Kingdom is a monarchy led by one Miss Queen Bean. So they say.
This gives the boy something to adventure for and acquire in the future. If he doesn't want to live his life as a prince, he starts thinking of other ways out. Maybe he doesn't have to be royalty. He could just find out who he is, and if who he is adventurous, then awesome. And if he doesn't like who he is, he can still explore the world. Yeah, he wants a world of adventure. And hearing that there's so many other worlds out there, he's more than happy to go ahead and be the star child that Hyoihoi says he is. Hyoihoi also reveals about the Bean Star's ability to grant these wishes. So, naturally, Mario has a plan. He's gonna go to the Chai Kingdom in order to pick up his plane, the Sky Pop. He asks for some basic directions, and Hyoihoi says that he can't do that. Why not? Well, Easter Island statues are more akin to what's happening in their area. They're not really concerned about the matters of any other kingdom. They're just concerned about the matters of the Eastern Kingdom. The only thing they know about every other kingdom is what kind of creatures are in there. That's all they really care about. Their home is content, and that's what matters. So, naturally, Hyoihoi knows that he can't help him there. But he knows that the Chai Kingdom may be able to, as their map makers could possibly have a way to the Beanbean Kingdom. This opens Mario's trek to the Chai Kingdom, where he is being careful, but the insignia on his cape is very much covering his back. None of the undead are going to attack him if he's part of the royal family. However, all throughout walking through the streets, Mario gets a whiff of something weird on the way. It's like garlic? Whatever. But he's not really concerned about the smells of the place. In fact, garlic can make the undead smell better. He wants to get on his plane and find out how to get to the Beanbean Kingdom. Approaching the hangar, he does hear some grunts behind him as he looks to the entrance of the hangar and hears an ominous, evil laughter coming from it. The fat shadow steps in and reveals himself. It's Wario.
Listen up, Prince Mario. Wario's gonna take your plane and all of your coins. So just hand them over, and you won't have to get hurt.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm a Wario. I'm the best treasure hunter in the world. Now hand over your goods and your plane.
Naturally, a battle breaks out between the two. Mario's able to jump over Wario's shoulder bashes, but Wario's able to dodge Mario's jumps. Wario's a lot better at ground combat, and Mario's better at staying away from people, avoiding attacks and dealing damage where it matters. It's like an outboxer fighting a slugger. However, that doesn't mean Wario isn't quick. He's able to get a couple of good hits in, but what he doesn't expect is Mario to hit his head on an invisible block, a power star bouncing out. Both combatants quickly rush for it, but Mario's quick enough to jump off of Wario's head and nab the star for himself. Wario, backing off, gets to his knees, taking his hat off, and begging for mercy. However, this Mario is far more chivalrous and far more righteous than the one we got. He holds his hand out to the ne'er-do-well in a sign of respect.
What are you doing?
I'm sparing you and offering you a spot at my side. Wario is absolutely shocked at this for two main reasons. The one obvious reason is he's a prince. He must be loaded. And if he's really offering him a bodyguard position, he's gonna make bank really quick. The other one, however, is a little more personal. In the original timeline, Wario was always Mario's arch nemesis and hated Mario. He was always in Mario's shadow, and the reason he hated Mario is because Mario was such a lousy friend when they were children. I mean, look at this! 1,255 times playing Sheriff and Rustler, and you only let Wario play Sheriff once, and you made fun of him for it! God, Mario, you're an awful friend! This Mario, however, is a lot more chivalrous than the other Mario. He doesn't want to get in the way of anyone, he just wants to stand up for what's right. And Wario is clearly doing this just to get money. Why not give him a constructive way to earn that money? Showing mercy to Wario actually shows a little bit of faith to the prince.
I'ma get paid well, right?
Oh yes, indeed. Why don't you join me, my strong friend? Wario accepts as they fly off to the Beanbean Kingdom in the Sky Pop. Mario and Wario do have a little bit of back and forth, Mario wanting to know how he knows about the Power Star power. And Wario says when he was young, he ended up getting a Power Star, and it was amazing. He could rush through anything with that kind of power. Wario does ask where they're going, and when he hears the Beanbean Kingdom, Wario's eyes light up. You know, dollar signs. Beanbean Kingdom currency is far more expensive than Mushroom Kingdom currency. Wario's gonna make a killing on this job. Arriving at the Beanbean airport, Mario and Wario are both met by Lady Lima, who greets both of them. However, Wario doesn't really look the role of royalty, so naturally Lady Lima questions about Wario, and Wario being questioned about, not really caring, he's just kind of picking his nose in the corner. Prince Mario tells her that it's fine, he's with him, he's a personal bodyguard. And when they arrive to the castle, they meet a young Prince Peasley, who is learning how to be more of a knight and lead the knights in the Beanbean Kingdom, underneath his mother, of course. They also meet a precursor to Cackletta. This advisor, however, just kind of helps Queen Bean in the dungeons and all the other negative things. Cackletta likes her job for now. The young prince, with a wave of his golden locks, leads the prince and his bodyguard to Queen Bean's throne room. However, Wario can't go into the throne room. They only trust royalty in there. Wario waits in the hallway with Prince Peasley, who tells Wario about the circus that's in town, and while they're here, they should really see it. It's a phenomenal show and a phenomenal gathering of their people. It's a really nice place to be, and they should really take a look at it before they leave. Wario, however, is kind of a thief as well as a treasure hunter, and a circus is the perfect place to pick a few pockets, maybe rough some people up. All Wario has to do now is tell Mario that, hey, there's a fun circus and we could go take a look at it. Wario hatches a plan so they can go their separate ways and Mario can enjoy the circus while Wario is enjoying the circus. Meanwhile, Prince Mario is meeting a much, much thinner Queen Bean. He bows in respect and thanks her for allowing him to be a guest in her kingdom. But he does get to the point. He wants to use the Beanstar to find out where he came from and where he was supposed to be. Queen Bean then informs him that only the purest voice can awaken the Beanstar. And without that, he's out of luck. Mario is discouraged, but Queen Bean does allow him to stay in a very luxurious hotel for a few days, just to be sure he can get over this and maybe figure out where to go next. She's not a very cruel monarch. As a matter of fact, she's quite the good monarch. Mario accepts and leaves the castle with Wario to go check into this hotel. With the greedy, gold-loving man in tow, this is where we end this chapter of the story. So what do you all think? Will Wario prove to be more or maybe even less help? Who do you think might join the party next? What of the remaining star children? I mean, there's 7 of them, and we got Mario and Wario. Leave your comment below. For more what-ifs in the realm of video gaming, such as if Proto Man maybe played a much bigger role than we gave him credit for, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
I'm a Wario. I'm a gonna win.